Happiness is something that people have sought after for centuries, yet it remains elusive and misunderstood. Ancient philosophers, religious leaders, and modern scientists have all tried to define what it means to live a good and fulfilling life, but their answers often seem contradictory. Some argue that happiness comes from within, an internal state of contentment that is unaffected by external circumstances. Others believe it depends on relationships, achievements, and the material conditions of life. This book bridges ancient wisdom with modern psychology to uncover a deeper understanding of happiness, where it comes from, what affects it, and how people can cultivate more of it in their lives. The mind is not a single, unified entity, but a complex system of competing forces. It is often compared to an elephant and a rider. The elephant represents emotions, instincts, and automatic responses, while the rider symbolizes rational thought and conscious decision-making. The rider may believe they are in control, but the elephant is far stronger and often dictates the direction. This explains why people struggle with self-discipline and why emotions frequently override logic. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for achieving happiness because true change comes not from forcefully controlling emotions, but from aligning the rider and elephant so they move in the same direction. One of the most persistent misconceptions about happiness is that it can be found by changing external circumstances. People chase after wealth, success, and status, believing these will bring lasting fulfillment. However, research shows that while external factors do play a role, their impact is temporary. The human mind quickly adapts to new circumstances, whether positive or negative, through a process called hedonic adaptation. A promotion, a new house, or even winning the lottery may bring joy initially, but before long, the mind adjusts, and the level of happiness returns to its baseline. This is why people who seem to have it all can still feel unfulfilled, and why those who suffer setbacks often recover emotionally faster than expected. The key to lasting happiness lies not in accumulating more, but in changing one's perspective on what truly matters. Understanding hedonic adaptation is crucial for building a happiness strategy that is not dependent on fleeting pleasures. Instead of seeking fulfillment in material possessions or status, people can focus on activities that provide a lasting sense of meaning. For instance, developing personal strengths, nurturing deep relationships, and engaging in purposeful work can create a sense of well-being that resists the effects of adaptation. Experiences, rather than possessions, also provide longer-lasting happiness. Travel, learning new skills, or engaging in creative projects tend to create memories and personal growth that endure, while material goods quickly lose their novelty. Another way to counteract hedonic adaptation is through intentional gratitude and mindfulness. When individuals actively appreciate what they already have, they train their brains to focus on abundance rather than what is missing. Studies show that keeping a gratitude journal, practicing daily reflection, or regularly expressing appreciation to others can interrupt the cycle of adaptation and enhance long-term happiness. Similarly, mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment, prevents the mind from constantly jumping to future desires or past regrets. By savoring experiences, slowing down to appreciate small joys, and focusing on the present, people can break free from the constant pursuit of the next big achievement. Ultimately, while external circumstances do play a role in happiness, they are not the defining factor. The way individuals interpret and respond to their experiences has a far greater impact. By shifting focus from chasing temporary highs to cultivating internal sources of joy, people can develop a more stable and resilient form of happiness, one that is not easily shaken by external ups and downs. Happiness is deeply social because human beings are inherently wired for connection. The significance of social bonds is reflected in numerous psychological studies. Research consistently shows that people with strong relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, report greater life satisfaction and lower levels of anxiety and depression. Social connections also have measurable effects on physical health. Studies have found that individuals with strong support networks tend to live longer, recover from illnesses more quickly, and experience lower levels of chronic stress. This is because meaningful interactions release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of trust and reduces stress-related hormones like cortisol. In contrast, social isolation has been linked to a higher risk of heart disease, weakened immune function, and even cognitive decline. However, not all relationships contribute positively to happiness. Superficial interactions, toxic friendships, or high-conflict relationships can drain emotional energy and increase stress. The quality of relationships matters far more than quantity. A few deep, supportive connections have a much greater impact on well-being than a large number of casual acquaintances. True social wealth comes from relationships built on mutual respect, emotional openness, and shared experiences. Investing time and effort into nurturing these bonds through regular communication, acts of kindness, and meaningful conversations strengthens the foundation of lasting happiness. Modern life, with its emphasis on digital communication and fast-paced routines, often challenges the ability to form and maintain deep connections. Social media, while useful for staying in touch, can sometimes create an illusion of connection while lacking the depth and intimacy that true friendships require. Studies show that excessive screen time can contribute to feelings of loneliness and disconnection. Therefore, consciously prioritizing real-world interactions, such as spending time with loved ones, engaging in group activities, or simply having face-to-face conversations, enhances emotional fulfillment and strengthens the bonds that lead to lasting happiness. Ancient wisdom often contains deep truths about happiness, but modern science has allowed a deeper exploration of these ideas. Insights from Buddhism, Stoicism, and other traditions align with what psychology now understands about the human mind. Practices such as meditation, gratitude, and cognitive reframing are not just spiritual ideas. They have measurable effects on the brain, helping individuals cultivate greater resilience and satisfaction in life. Buddhism, for instance, has long emphasized the impermanence of life and the importance of detachment from external circumstances as a path to inner peace. The concept of mindfulness, central to Buddhist practice, teaches individuals to observe their thoughts and emotions without attachment or judgment. Modern neuroscience has confirmed the benefits of mindfulness meditation, showing that regular practice strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation and decision-making, while reducing activity in the amygdala, which is linked to fear and stress responses. By training the mind to focus on the present moment rather than being consumed by past regrets or future anxieties, mindfulness fosters a sense of calm and contentment that aligns with both ancient wisdom and modern scientific understanding. Similarly, Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in ancient Greece and Rome, promotes the idea that true happiness comes not from external events, but from one's ability to control their thoughts and reactions. The Stoic practice of cognitive reframing, changing the way one interprets a situation, has strong parallels with modern cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT, a widely used psychological treatment, helps individuals challenge negative thought patterns and replace them with more constructive perspectives. Just as Stoics advised focusing only on what can be controlled, psychologists today encourage patients to reframe difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Studies have shown that individuals who practice cognitive reframing experience lower levels of depression and anxiety, reinforcing the Stoic belief that one's mindset determines their emotional well-being more than external circumstances. Gratitude, another core principle found in many ancient traditions, has also been scientifically validated as a key contributor to happiness. Whether in religious teachings that emphasize giving thanks or in philosophical reflections on contentment, the idea that appreciation enhances well-being has been present for centuries. Recent psychological research confirms that actively practicing gratitude by keeping a gratitude journal or regularly reflecting on positive experiences boosts dopamine and serotonin levels, the neurotransmitters associated with happiness and emotional stability. People who cultivate gratitude report higher levels of life satisfaction, stronger relationships, and even better physical health, reinforcing the idea that shifting one's focus from what is lacking to what is abundant leads to greater fulfillment. These intersections between ancient wisdom and modern science highlight the timeless nature of certain psychological truths. While traditional practices like meditation, reframing, and gratitude were once considered purely philosophical or spiritual, contemporary research has demonstrated their profound impact on mental health and overall happiness. The convergence of historical insight and scientific evidence provides a powerful framework for individuals seeking to cultivate resilience, contentment, and a deeper sense of well-being. One of the most persistent myths about happiness is that it can be achieved by eliminating negativity from life. However, the human mind is wired to experience both positive and negative emotions for a reason. A meaningful life does not come from the absence of hardship, but from the ability to find purpose and strength within it. Studies in psychology show that individuals who develop a strong sense of purpose tend to be more resilient in the face of adversity. This purpose can come from many sources: career, relationships, personal growth, or contributions to a greater cause. People who frame their struggles as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles are more likely to experience long-term happiness. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, emphasized this idea in his work, explaining that even in the direst of circumstances, those who found meaning in their suffering were better equipped to endure it. His insights align with modern research, which suggests that having a purpose acts as a psychological buffer against stress, anxiety, and depression. Optimism does not mean ignoring negative experiences, but rather maintaining the belief that setbacks are temporary and that better days lie ahead. Positive psychologists argue that optimism enhances problem-solving skills, improves physical health, and strengthens relationships. Those who view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as personal failures tend to be more motivated, proactive, and successful in overcoming obstacles. This perspective helps individuals reframe failures as learning experiences, reinforcing a mindset that fosters long-term happiness. The key to long-term happiness is not in avoiding pain, but in developing the skills and mindset to endure and grow from it. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is often a choice, determined by how individuals perceive and respond to difficulties. By cultivating purpose, optimism, and gratitude, people can build a deep and enduring sense of well-being that withstands life's inevitable hardships. This perspective does not deny the reality of suffering, but instead provides a way to move through it with strength, wisdom, and grace. In conclusion, happiness is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth, understanding, and resilience. It is not found in fleeting pleasures or the absence of suffering, but in the ability to navigate life's challenges with purpose, optimism, and gratitude. True happiness comes from aligning one's life with deeper values, nurturing strong relationships, and maintaining a balanced mind. By understanding the psychological and philosophical insights behind well-being, individuals can cultivate a more fulfilling life, one where meaning, connection, and inner peace take precedence over external success or temporary gratification. The pursuit of happiness is ultimately about mastering the art of living well, embracing both joy and adversity with wisdom and grace. Thank you so much for listening and joining us. If you enjoy the audiobook, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more book summaries that can expand your mind. Drop a comment below to let us know which book you like us to explore next. We look forward to bringing you more valuable contents right here on Page by Page. Until next time, keep learning and growing.